he's got a bright future if he can fight like that. I mean, there's a lot of intensity and a lot of great skill there.
I would really like to see him again on another card. It was really a delight to see these two.
I see no reason why Drake cannot hop on a card very soon. I don't think he took very much damage there. He looked for the better part of extremely healthy at the end.
Absolutely. He finished it quickly, which is what you want to do, especially in the heavyweight division.
Absolutely.
Great debut for them.
On to our female fighters, to our second Wimp 2 Warriors bout of the evening.
On to bout number 4. First, fighting out of the blue corner, Carmen Inabnit.
Carmen Inabnit, I'm not sure how to say that, Inabnit, is a one-stripe white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so she has a little mat experience. As we saw in the first fight, Jiu-Jitsu experience is important.
It is. You've got to be real well-rounded to compete in mixed martial arts. And even just a little bit of experience is just...
Yep, these are not boxing nor kickboxing. This is full-rounded mixed martial arts. You need to have a ground game to succeed. Carmen spent 20 weeks training with the Wimps to Warriors coaches, so she is quite new to the combat game. Carmen has a son in the Marine Corps. He's been in for 5 years, a daughter who just enlisted in the Army, and a husband who is 22 years in the military, retired from the Army. So a strong military family.
Yeah, it's great seeing these military men and women just challenging themselves after their service and
her opponent fighting out of the red
giving us some great fights tonight.
Teresa Hardwell.
And now, Teresa Hardwell fighting out of the red corner. She likes learning new skills for life, and she's looking forward to the experience. And she's also with the Wimp to Warrior program, so she is probably well-rounded.
You know, looking forward to new skills for life. MMA fighting is a very interesting addition to that column.
Absolutely. A couple of her hobbies outside of fighting are running and hiking, so
very healthy activities.
Yeah, I'd imagine her cardio is going to be pretty on point for this.
It seems that Teresa was born and raised in England until she was a teenager. That's always going to be an interesting change of pace to move to America.
Looking really determined right now.
Not a lot of nerve showing out of either of these ladies.
Bout number 4 is a Wimp to Warrior bout scheduled for 2 3-minute rounds with a possible 3-minute overtime, and is brought to you by Cleared Hot. First, fighting out of the blue corner, Carmen the Patriot. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner, Teresa Hardwell.
All right, into the Wimp to Warriors. I believe this is our last Wimp to Warriors of the evening, is it not?
No, I believe we have one more after this.
Okay. Well, this is our first women's bout of the evening. Always exciting. I find that women's bouts tend to be terribly exciting.
Yeah. They just have an intensity that I just absolutely admire.
Absolutely. Let's see how... with the right hand off the glove
right out of the gate.
A lot of punches raining down from the Patriot here.
Yep. Teresa needs to square up a little bit and come in with the takedown and the trip.
That was a beautiful trip there to get her to the mat. Carmen the Patriot really enforcing her will right now.
Absolutely. It looks like this BJJ experience is making the difference for her.
This side control experience right now, if she can get that arm under the leg, which she's trying to do, she's going to put her opponent, Teresa, in a very bad position. There she goes. That's exactly what I was speaking of. That arm is trapped. Yep, so Carmen the Patriot has that left arm trapped. This is a very dangerous position. Working the submission right now. Can't quite tell what she's going for, but she is punching as well.
Yeah, the ground and pound can end it. Teresa really just needs to turn in and get back to her feet at this point.
I'd love to see Carmen go to, not necessarily her knees, but posture up and just put some heavy damage on right now. She could end this fight.
Absolutely, but you don't really know whether she's quite got her balance with Teresa there.
Absolutely, and confidence is a big thing, you know?
Yep.
Oh, the back take.
Teresa taking the back.
What a great reversal.
Oh. So great for Teresa to get back to her feet.
Absolutely.
And in this sort of a position where she can just dish out the pain right back to
Teresa's
her.
scooping the leg here. She should go for the takedown. I think she should try to get Carmen the Patriot on her back here. Great stand-up by Teresa. Really, it takes a lot of heart to get out of a position like that.
Absolutely, and her cage pressure is really excellent at this point as well.
Very impressive for, you know, only a 20 or so weeks of training MMA.
Yeah, these Win to Warrior bouts are just incredible.
A lot of people don't realize this is one of the most exhausting positions in mixed martial arts. Being pinned up against the cage is not easy, so we'll see how these young fighters can handle this type of pressure.
Yeah, Teresa's doing a great job so far, just distributing the weight between Carmen and herself.
Kind of a stalemate here. I'd like to see. There we go. Break off. I want to see some punches on the escape here. There you go. Great, Teresa. Great punch by Teresa. That right hand snuck over the shoulder again. Yep.
I'm seeing a little bit of blood in there.
Are you? Oh, yeah. I see some blood on the forehead of Teresa there. Now, Carmen here, she either needs to go for a takedown or possibly, I would shoot a leg here. She had the leg. Teresa just needs to get out and punch right there. I love it.
Yep.
10 seconds to go, and it's a great first round.
That was a great first round for both fighters.
We got a nasty cut on Teresa there. That is big. Weird cut on the eyebrow. Great first round. I would say probably Carmen takes that round. She had the dominant top position there for the better part of the round.
Absolutely. I'd give it to her as well, but with the trail running and the hiking experience by Teresa, she might still have a pretty full gas tank after that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Second round is a big round. You know, there was, I'd say, a pretty good amount of damage inflicted to both opponents. We'll see how the second round looks. You know, usually the fresher fighter kind of pulls away in the second round. So we'll see who saves some gas in their tank and who follows their game plan, right? Because it's very hard when you're exhausted to follow what you plan to do.
Absolutely, Austin. It's just incredibly difficult once you get tired to think straight and keep your hands up. But we'll see.
We'll see, yeah. Again, brand new fighters, you know, very little mixed martial arts combat in general. But man, they're getting it. This will be a very exciting second round.
Both fighters off the stools pretty quickly, so they're excited.
Cutman did a beautiful job on Teresa's face. You can barely even see that little thing in there now.
So how do you expect this second round to go?
Same as the first. I think they're both going to come out really swinging. We'll end up in a grappling position.
We can only hope.
We will see. Good spacing. This is a little less, you know, a little slower pace than the last round.
But they both seem a little calmer, a little less wary to drop their guard.
I love her beautiful combo. Carmen the Patriot throwing a great couple punches into her kick.
Absolutely. Those jabs just are getting in the face of Teresa and just makes it hard to see for that right hand coming at her.
Carmen slipping that right hand over the jab very well. Good body kick there. She's hit 2 of those now in the first, minute of this round.
Yeah, and Teresa looks fresh, and you'd think that one of these girls would have, one of these ladies would have changed levels and gone for a shot by her.
Yeah, Teresa's hitting a lot of really good punches right now. She's really going straight down the pipe with her punches, really targeting in the face and landing. I think Teresa could do a little better job of throwing combos back, counter those punches, try not to take that damage.
Yeah, but Carmen is throwing so consistently. It's hard to find a rhythm.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that jab is just popping you right in the face. It's disruptive. Yep, good punch, good exchange, good exchange. Good body shot, actually.
They're both
She
still
ate
on
him hard,
this one.
yeah. She's dazed. You can see she's a little dazed on that one. She needs to keep her hands up. She's putting her hands down.
Yeah, Carmen is opening herself up pretty wide.
Yeah, I would, if I'm Teresa's corner, I'm calling out for those counters, really throw that counter in there.
Absolutely. At this point, I feel like whoever's more intense is going to win this.
Great takedown, second time.
Yep, there's that same sweep from the first round. Now let's see how long it takes Teresa to get up from this.
You can tell that's a takedown that she has trained. She seems comfortable with it. She goes right to it when she's in that kind of 50-50 body position where her hips are connected. Teresa trying to get back to her feet here. She's about to get that knee up. She's on the right page.
Carmen going for a submission.
Back in the half guard here. Smart by Carmen to get her leg in between the two knees of Teresa. You can tell she's trying to posture up with those legs, but
yep, and just eliminating space between that cage for Teresa to move.
Carmen here smothering right now. Very wise game plan. It's always tough to have somebody just laying on top of you. As the person on top, you're conserving energy here, right? You're not being crushed. Expect punches to land down you. Carmen should be inflicting some damage.
Absolutely, and I'm sure she thinks that she won that first round, so she's just gonna hold the position and take the win.
Absolutely. Last 10 seconds here for these ladies. Can't say enough about the heart of these two ladies stepping into a cage for their first MMA fight.
Yep, just class acts.
Absolutely. Challenging for anybody to step into a cage, particularly on, 20 weeks of training.
Yeah, but that's what this Winter Warrior program is, though. It's just average people who just want to experience something new and challenge themselves and learn.
Absolutely. A majority of this for these people, this isn't a door into a professional mixed martial arts career. This is a challenge to see how well you fare against somebody else challenging themselves, right?
Yeah.
It's a great test of character, a great test of will, and win or lose, you gain a lot of experience, a lot of life experience doing what these two ladies just did.
Absolutely. You don't know what you're gonna do until you're put in that cage, and this is the only way you find out.
There's a lot of words to be said until those doors lock and you're in there. All right, to Brian
now to
Dietz
Brian
here
Dietz for the decision.
with the decision.
Big round of applause for your second Winter Warrior bout of the night. We have a unanimous decision. Fighting out of the blue corner, Carmen the Patriot.
Not a surprising decision.
No, she dominated that fight pretty well.
Yep, Carmen came out swinging, inflicted damage, got an early takedown in the first round. Pretty much repeated that the second round.